Okay, so that last one kind of cut out on me. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm dressed like a hoodlum, it's mostly because I have a sinus infection, I think, or like just my allergies kicking my ass right now. And I also just kind of woke up and came here because I had to wake up and like take a whole bunch of people to the airport and stuff like that. So, anyways, but yeah, what I was getting at is that the last thing I mentioned was about there was like I know a lot of people who feel as though that they are unfortunate or not lucky enough for their dreams to work for them or something of the nature. And like here's basically my take on that. You know what luck is. You know what people like to call luck, or the formula for luck presumably is that luck is the quote, as the quote goes, is that luck is where preparation meets opportunity. And in that sense, like when it comes to preparation and opportunity, like when it comes to preparation, when you're preparing for what you want to do, like when you're literally just building your dream and you're just like building what you want to do, and like you reorient your life towards like just that, like that is your luck. That is you creating your own luck. That is you creating your own purpose. Like that opportunity, and in that sense, it's you creating your own sense of opportunity. All it takes after that point is simply time. And time is kind of what time, or timing, in a sense, is usually what people consider to really be luck. It's the timing, because some people hit it really soon and some people don't. And I guess that's the only part of that about that you can't really predict. But as far as like being prepared for it and finding the opportunity for it, that takes you, not luck. That takes effort. Like that takes like you finding out what's going through, like that takes you finding your own avenues. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know why people feel like there are only a select group of people on this planet that are only fortunate enough to have their dreams actually come true. Because I don't think that that's actually the case. I think that there happens, and the only reason it happens for certain people and for not other, and for only certain others and not for everyone else, is just because everybody else gives up too soon. It's like either you gave up, you either gave up or you didn't really try at all, or like you fell flat on your ass, and then you just kind of like, and it sucks to do so, but failing is a part of human nature. And unfortunately, there's something that's really interesting about failure, and it's that we as we as people tend to learn the most through adversity. Like we learn the most through failure. We learn the most through through perseverance. Like when the times are great, like we don't learn anywhere near as much. Like we appreciate the great times, and there's a lot to derive from the great times about like, but oftentimes those times are only great because of the shit that it took to get there. You know what I mean? Like how long did it take for things to get this good? Because if things were always good, then you don't appreciate how good they really are. Like there's no way for you to. There's no comparable level of like bad to good for you to actually truly appreciate what's happening, the good things that are actually happening. So you kind of need that adversity in order to really see the good things in your life. Like if it's always been simple, if it's always been easy, then you're kind of always miserable all the time. And then you kind of once you actually start working for like something that you really want to do, then like the times that you're miserable only turn into like a funny story later about that one time where you had to like sleep in a van or something like that, just because of the fact that you decided that you were gonna hit the road and see inside the entire US and didn't want to stay stuck in your hometown all the time. And like I don't know why that seems like, to me, like when it comes to traveling, I don't know why that seems like such an impossible dream. That's like 99% of people actually really just want to travel all the time. And traveling is actually not that hard to do. Now, the difference being is that we feel like there's only one way we're supposed to travel. We got to stay in a hotel, or take a plane, or something like that, or take public transit. But there's a lot more ways to travel than just that. Like, dude, I don't have a fucking cent in my pocket at this moment. But I'm here with Blue Knights. I've decided that I was going to join this organization and help them and volunteer for this. I wasn't getting paid for this thing. I was volunteering, just driving. But through this avenue, we're seeing 30 states this year. Like 30 states. I don't know if most people had never even left the South. And the worst part about it, just they don't seem to know how. And it's like you just go there. You just find something. There's even more than just what I'm doing. you know, with this activity, there's plenty of ways to travel. There are plenty of avenues to go out there. You just really have to do it. And you have to be prepared to be uncomfortable. You have to be prepared to go through adversity. You have to be prepared to see some of the worst things and some of the best things all at the same time. It makes it worth it. It makes you grow. It puts you outside of your comfort zone automatically. That's what being an adult to me is all about. It's not about having a job. It's not about paying bills and sitting in a household like trying to buy a house that you're barely going to sit in because you barely can't afford it anymore. Like, that is not living. It's just not. I don't know how people equate that to living. It's different when you have a family and you want to start a family and that's what you want to do. That's another thing. But just perpetuating your own existence by just having a job and enough money to pay bills and literally don't do anything else with your life, like, how is that considered being a mature adult? Like, you could be mature about getting your bills paid on time, but like literally when it comes to anything else, it seems like you're just too afraid to actually do something. That to me is not maturity. That is not growing. That is being a stagnant mass of a human being that's turning into memory foam. Like, that is not living. And I understand that, I guess, as the body of human nature, we need, I guess, the masses to exist in order for some people to actually understand that that's just not the way to go. And I mean, and you may or may not be one of two people. You may be either the mass or the person who actually wants to go somewhere. And hopefully, I feel like you're the kind of person that wants to go somewhere. You know, like, because there's adventure, there's life. It's so fucking cool out here. Just like, go and do it. Go live it. Like, you know, don't wish your life away. Just try not to wish your life away. It's inevitable that at some point we're going to. It's not always going to be adventurous. It's not always going to be super exciting. You're not always going to end up in, you know, San Francisco, you know, doing things like if you live where I live or whatever. But just try, you know, try to do something you love. Just go for it. See what happens. You'll freaking love it, man. You'll love it. You'll learn so much more about yourself than you ever could just by sitting at home and perpetuating your own existence. Seriously, just go for it. But anyways, I'm going to sign off because I'm probably about to cut off on me again anyway. And yeah, you know, just seriously, try something. Try something new. Try something different and try something out of your comfort zone.